Say goodbye, car.
Goodbye, car.
Not to me, to the car. To the car.
Hey everyone, I thought I would try and vlog today because I haven't vlogged in a while, and also the next 2 days are kind of quite exciting, but I do have, is it anxiety? You know how sometimes excitement feels like anxiety? Anyway, here's the thing. I've sold my car. Something I never thought I would do, and some of you I think kind of vaguely already knew about it. I'm gonna show you the car today for old time's sake, and there's a reason for this, is because tomorrow the new one turns up, and due to COVID, this is I think why I'm kind of anxious, nervous. Because of COVID, technically click and collect is legal, but the dealership is quite far away from us, and the process is you stand in the car park and it's like, there's the keys, and then you drive away. And I just thought, for something so quick like that, to drive that far away, just, I don't really feel like it feels quite long. Anyway, the dealership have been brilliant. They have arranged for the car to be put on a covered trailer, and it's turning up tomorrow to the house. And I've never picked up a new car like that. I've never had a new car brought to my door, and the big reveal, you know how normally they pull the cover off it, the big reveal is going to be it. Apparently the big reveal is it reversing off the lorry. And I feel sick with excitement, but also I feel quite upset about my red one. So that's that. I'm going to show you around that, and then I was also going to talk to you about some stuff. Now I'm here. Oh yeah, I kind of can remember. First of all, some of you probably know as well that when it comes to like beauty routines and stuff like that, I think that one of the best things that you can do if you want to kind of take care of your skin and do like anti-aging stuff, I really think it's all about your skin. And you know, I normally get laser and stuff like that, and I've videoed that in the past. Laser, by the way, for any of you who are kind of really struggling with enlarged pores, acne, scarring, kind of any sort of pot marks or really fine lines, laser is the best thing for that. I mean, one kind of laser I've never had is called ablative laser. So you've got different layers of the skin that different lasers can get down to. And if you can get ablative gets to the layer of skin just below the pore, so it can actually, in a way, permanently remove it. I've never actually gone for that because I've heard horror stories of how if you go that deep, it can actually kind of melt the fat in your face. But if you go for non-ablative, which is the top layer, still does a really good job. It doesn't completely get rid of them, but when you have a course of 3, I tend to find that for 6 months to a year, I'm kind of clear. Because I have quite oily skin and also enlarged pores, and I always have. I think one of my first video on this channel is me trying to fix up enlarged pores by plastering makeup on, by covering them. And I look back to that and I think, yeah, I kind of get the idea, but it was never gonna work. Because everything's closed, I went on the Current Beauty website, and they have got, so I came to find them because I was like, oh my God, my skin looks really bad. I could really do with a laser treatment. And I thought, I wonder if there's any way of doing it at home. They've got lasers on there, and also, you know how I've been before, I think 2 years ago, before, I didn't go last year because of lockdowns, but I went and I had, what's it called? Some sort of microcurrent thing, and that you can see straight after. In fact, the lady that I go to for it, they do it and it actually lifts half of your face, and it does stay like that for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. The more you have it done, the more it lasts. Anyway, they've got all of that. And one thing that I saw, because I'm trying to replicate this at home, okay, is what I'm really trying to do. One thing that I saw is this, which I've actually seen loads of this on social media. I don't know how many of you have heard of LED, like red light therapy. Current Beauty actually gave this to me, and let me see. So I was on the website, I purchased and I don't think it's arrived yet. I purchased both a laser and the microcurrent. And my goal was I want to see whether they work, but I'm also going to test them out and I'm going to do a diary of it, and then I'm probably going to show you the results so that for any of you who also, plus as well, like laser's expensive, if you don't want to pay the money, then I'm hoping that if the results are good of this, you might be like, well, you know, a course of laser is kind of, you know, several £100s, whereas if I buy this one-off tool, it's kind of £100 to £200. But anyway, when I was on there, I thought, I'm gonna test this out. I've been looking at reviews of which device I wanted to get, and these are the devices I got, by the way. I've been looking at reviews, and honestly, when I see a review where the person's been given it, or do you know what I mean? I don't, even though I probably should, when it comes to stuff like this, I want to see someone who's paid for it, and I don't know why, I feel like I trust that more, just when it comes to beauty stuff. And I don't know whether that's the right thing to do or not, it's just kind of how I feel. Having said that though, they have actually given me the red mask and the infrared mask. Just to give you a bit of background, as I mentioned just there, for the last couple of months I've been looking for an at-home solution to tide me over until clinics open, because skincare is just the thing that I feel like works the best. And I was looking to mimic the electrocurrent, which is what this device is here. So this is really good for lifting. And then I also wanted to replicate the sort of laser, which is really good for crepey skin or enlarged pores. And I'm trying this, I don't know if it's gonna work. Anyway, I emailed them to ask if they give me a coupon code to share with all of you in like a few months after I've tested this stuff. They said, yeah, no problem. And they also said, do you wanna try our LED infrared mask? And I thought, yeah, sure, why not? So the mask has been given to me. The other two devices I've purchased, and I think with the mask, they say it needs 4 weeks minimum to kind of see a result. So I'm just going to test that first, let you know what I think. To be honest, if it doesn't work, I'm not going to tell you that it does, because I actually want it to work for my own skin. Then I'm going to move on to the other two and I'm going to test everything individually. You might be like me, where at the end of reviewing this, you might be like, yeah, but I don't trust you because you got given it. And that's fine, because that's actually how I feel when I think about this. But I'm going to review it anyway. And frankly, I want it to do something for my skin. So if it doesn't work, whether you believe it or not, I'm just gonna tell you whether it does or doesn't work. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna use all three things at once. I wanna review things individually just to see which one actually has the biggest result. Here's the other thing I was going to show you, I nearly forgot. Last year, because there was nothing else to do, David and I grew our own vegetables. And we did it from the mini plants you can get at the garden centre. Well, anyway, this time we thought, let's try and do it from seed. And I want to show you, because this is kind of, in a way, fun. This is lettuce, onions, kale. I need to water this lot. Kale, and this is broccoli. Who knew what a broccoli plant looked like? Well, that's it. And then here, the broccoli plant looks just like the kale plant, actually. Lettuce, tomatoes. Over here, this hasn't come out yet. This is pumpkin, using seeds from the pumpkin we grew last year. Then blueberries, strawberries. There's one baby strawberry growing there. And then these two are also strawberry, and I need to water these. Oh, I'll do that now. And looking slightly worse for wear, these are actually our plants from last year. And I repotted them and brought them in when it got cold. So this in the middle is a chili, and then we've got kale either side. Do you know something? What was really good last year, and why we've decided to do it again, is being able, when you've made a salad or something, being able to go into the garden and grabbing a handful of your own fresh kale to add into a salad was so novelty and so nice. And actually, kale's great, but whenever we buy it in bags at the supermarket, a lot of the time it's kind of that dark green going brown. I've never been able to buy a bag of it where it's been truly fresh, and it's really hard and overly crispy, whereas actually when you grow it yourself, it's really soft and it's really nice. So even if you don't have a garden, get yourself pots and put it out on your, like if you are in a flat or something. I've actually got seeds in here. If you're going to grow seeds though, I want to say do it sooner than later, because on the packet it says when you have to sow them, and a lot of them we had to do in February, so you might want to hurry up. But yeah, for anyone who wants to do that. So this is the inside, some of the controls here. So depending on the spec that you get, depends on the kind of buttons that go here. Inside here, this is the tracking device, and then you can actually place your phone on here and it wirelessly charges it. And there's also the USB back here that you can use as well. I really like this button that David knows about, because the sports button actually, it firms up the suspension, it makes the accelerator a bit more punchy, it really turns up the exhaust note as well, so it makes the exhaust quite poppy and bubbly, and it holds the gears lower each time so that you kind of get more speed up. And I do not touch this button, which is traction control, never touch that. Suspension, I can press that if I want to firm up the suspension and have a slightly harder ride. I can lift up. Shall I show you? Shall I lift up the rear spoiler? David, take it away. And then this was another thing that I spec'd, was to have the...
Can you put that down?
What?
The visor.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks.
And then this was another thing that I spec'd, was to have the Porsche.
Can you turn the car off and do it? Can't hear you. Thank you.
I've actually chosen that again on the new car because I just like it as an added detail. But the new car, I don't want to give too much away. Some of you already know, but it's actually a coupe, it's a hardtop. And for the last 10 years, I've only ever driven convertibles, because although in the UK there's not many opportunities to drive them because it's always freezing and raining, when you can get the roof off, it really is worth it. So knowing my luck now, we're going to have a really hot summer, and I'm going to think, I wish I could take the roof off. Mind you though, I do have the full folding back sunroof on the new one.
Yes, sliding sunroof. Don't give too much away.
I'm not going to give too much away. Yeah, so I've had many a nice time. I've just really enjoyed this car. And this, by the way, this is the four-wheel drive. I'm really nervous, and I'm going to really be sad to see this car go. By the way, I cut my own hair and it looks terrible. Does it?
I can't see it from here. I've looked at it. It just looks like a triangle at the back.
I'm going to need you to square it up.
Yes, I know. I've got proper hairdressing scissors.
I looked for them yesterday, I couldn't find them.
I can use the clippers I use on my head.
No, I use paper scissors.
I'll clip all your hair off. Okay, so what else do you want to tell people about this car?
I think that's it.
You've had it 4 years, maybe?
4. This will be the 5th year.
5th year? Time for it to go, I should think.
I've never had a car this long. You know I was just going to keep this forever. And when I placed the order last year on the new car, I kept saying to David, every time I look at this car, now that I've placed the order, I don't want to give it up. But I think I'm going to get the new car and just be like, what was that? No, I'm into the new one now.
Got my scooter in the background. Is that just a picture you want?
No, you can film.
I'm filming.
Yeah, you can film.
I'm filming.
Alright.
You didn't want to say anything. So you're going to tell everybody about your outfit today?
Yeah, can do. This is Karen Millen from back in the day when Karen Millen quality has gone down. But this is actually, I bought this on eBay.
The buttons.
The buttons. Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it?